Kimberly, it's all about pie. And you know I love Tipton's pie. You have someone special just for me on the show today.
We certainly do. We have a woman that I met years ago, and she calls herself Ms. American Pie. World Needs More Pie is her website. She has a new cookbook called Ms. American Pie. She's going on a tour around the country in her RV. She's coming to Kansas City, doing pie demos, signing her book, and she's quite a gal.
Well, we're going to be over at Table Ocho on Tuesday evening. Table Ocho, it only seats 8 people. Yep. Craig Adcock's hottest restaurant in Kansas City, a table of 8. That's it, my dream restaurant. You only have to cook for 8 people, and she's going to be there with us.
She certainly is. Beth Howard.
Come on, I cannot wait to talk with her. We're going to be discussing pie. We'll be discussing her career. I have a lot of questions for her right now. So I want to welcome her to the show right now. Miss Beth Howard, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Thank you, Beth Howard. You're coming to Kansas City. You're coming to Louisburg at the library on Monday evening. And, oh, boy, I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm excited about Tuesday night because I get to take a pie class along with Kimberly and 7 other lucky people.
At Table Ocho at Craig Adcock's place, yeah?
Yes, that's where I'll be. I'm looking forward to meeting him, too. He's reached out. We have a mutual friend in Key West, Florida, where I spent a month last year working on my cookbook and learning all about key lime pie. And then this friend said, hey, you're going to be in Kansas City. You got to look at my friend Craig. And then this whole thing was just, everybody knows Craig in town, I guess. So it's been really fun. I already feel so welcome. I'm not even there yet.
Well, we can't wait. Well, let's talk about Monday because you're going to be in Louisburg, Kansas, home with an excellent apple cider mill. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of history going on there, but you're going to be at the library in Louisburg.
Yes, I am, and I'm going to be doing a pie demo. So you get my pie class for free, even though you don't get the hands-on part of it. But I might actually grab a volunteer from the audience to help, peel apples or something. But yeah, I'll do a pie demo. They'll be serving free pie, and I'll be signing books.
I love it. And, of course, this is part of your Pie Across the Nation, your RV book tour to promote your book.
Yes, it is. I've been in San Francisco and Phoenix, Austin, Albuquerque, not in that order. I guess I skipped one there. Dallas. I'm in Dallas right now talking to you from the South, and I'm looking forward to making my way back up north, and I'll end up at home, back at the American Gothic House.
Okay, Beth, I have to ask you. You're in this RV right now. I'm imagining sacks of 50-pound sacks of flour and eggs and pounds of butter in the refrigerator. Am I wrong or what?
Well, instead of doing those big, huge sacks of flour this time, I've got a frozen shoulder and it really hurts, so I've had to buy the smaller bags of flour so that I can actually lift them without straining.
So you are stocked, though. You're stocked.
I am stocked up with flour, sugar, cinnamon. Yeah, I got the whole works. I've been, hauling this stuff in and out of TV studios and bookstores and other venues, doing my pie demos along the road.
My kind of RV, Kimberly. You better keep that RV away from me. I may raid it while you're in town.
He might, or he might get.
Well, all you're going to find is pie ingredients. You're going to have to make your own pie, Jennifer.
That's okay. That's okay.
But hey, I have a cookbook. You can just look up the recipe in the cookbook. It'll tell you exactly the way I make it, so you can make your own. I even have an oven in the RV. It makes one pie at a time, and so yeah, you're self-contained.
Miss American Pie. We're talking with Beth Howard, author of Miss American Pie. Kimberly, you've actually visited Beth in person.
We have, and very brief. And Beth and I actually connected years ago when after she lost her husband and I lost Richard. And part of Beth's journey is grief and what it meant to her to start making pie. Correct, Beth?
That's right. Well, it's kind of the premise is very simple. It's just if you do something, make something of yourself and give it to somebody, like a homemade pie, and you give it to somebody and it makes them so happy, that in turn makes you feel happy. And so that was kind of the basis for my grieving process, was just recognizing that I still had something left to give, even though I was at my lowest point in my life. And the more pie I gave away, the happier people were, and the better I started to feel, and it set me on this new journey. And so now I'm on my second book about it. It's about my cookbook has chapters like pies to comfort, pies to heal, pies to lift your spirit, pies to help you get over your fear of making pie.
Pies to seduce.
Pies to seduce, yes, pies to seduce. I was born because my mom made my dad a banana cream pie, and he promptly proposed to her. So I blame pie. I was born because of pie.
Pies to compete in a state fair, and I like that chapter.
That's right. I'm sponsoring a pie contest this summer at the Iowa State Fair, and the rules are you have to make pie from that chapter, and some of those pies from that chapter are actually from people who won prizes at the Iowa State Fair already. So it's just kind of fun to share those recipes. You know, every recipe has a story.
Every summer I tell Jasper we have to do a road trip to the Iowa State Fair because, I mean, Beth, if you've never been to the Iowa State Fair, it's really indescribable, isn't it?
Yes, it's so fun. I've been to other state fairs too, and for some reason, the Iowa State Fair, and not because I'm from Iowa, but there's something so charming about it, and I can't really put my finger on what that is. And it can't be just the food on a stick. It can't be just a pie. I don't know. There's something more.
Or the butter cow.
Yeah, the butter cow. Oh, yeah.
The butter cow.
Or with the world's largest pumpkin. It goes on and on. I like how they have the dairy cows and the kids actually sleep in the barn with the cows because they have to milk them, you know. But they're there to show the cows, but the cows still need to be milked. Anyways, it's a crazy fun time.
It really is. Well, we're talking with Beth Howard, who is a pie evangelist. You can go online to worldneedsmorepie.com. She did a TED Talk in Des Moines that is really compelling and really does a nice job of telling your story. And, you know, Beth, I think one of the most touching things I've seen on national television about you was after the Newtown tragedy, the shooting there, and you took your RV, you took the pie show on the road, and you spent a week or two in Newtown making pies?
It was about a week, yeah. We were there 5 days, but I was gone over a week because it took a couple days to drive across country, and then we drove to New Jersey, and a friend of mine organized her whole neighborhood to let us use all their ovens. So we had pies baking in like 6 different houses, just 24/7 for 3 days. And we made 240 pies, and then we packed them up in my RV. God knows this thing's still running, you know, after all of this. We packed up the homemade apple pies, all of them, into the RV, and we drove to Newtown, and we handed pies out by the slice to the grieving community. And it was an amazing experience because it really proved once again that, you know, pie is comforting ability and how pie creates community, because we set up this little table and then started handing out slices, and the next thing you know, people were congregating and sharing stories and really coming together and you know, having a place to have a conversation while, you know, having pie. So it was a really, really amazing experience. I mean, you know, it was so tragic, and I was just happy that I could, you know, help be one of those people that, you know, and lots of people did nice things for them. It was just one thing that we could do, and, you know, something tangible.
Well, I'm going through the book right now, and I'm looking at the recipes: avocado pie, venison pie, BLT pie, spaghetti pie. I love these recipes.
Well, you picked out the most outrageous ones. My whole point is to keep them as simple as possible, the way your grandmother would have made the pie. You know, when how grandmas never measured, and people say to me all the time, "Oh, I never learned how to make pie from my grandma because she didn't have a recipe. She didn't follow a recipe." So that's the message I'm trying to get across. Is a lot of this stuff is just really, you know, easy and freewheeling. It's not about precision, but I do have a couple of other kind of interesting recipes in there that are, you know, fun and different.
I think when
round it out.
You talk fun, pies in the jar. I love that. We do that at one of my hen house recipes, and it's simple. I think that's, you know, the kids get together, the family gets together, you know, have the kids home for the summer vacation or whatever, and give them something to do on a rainy day. Make a pie in a jar.
I know, right? Well, you can freeze those, and that's nice to have little individual servings of pie on hand. Or, you know, hey, if you're trying to watch your weight, a little portion control there.
Well, I got to tell you, when I was growing up, my grandmother, my nana, used to make me the hand pies. We called them casadades, and she put all types of little filling in there. You're down in Texas right now. That's some of the home. I mean, that's really the home of some of the best ham pies at their state fair.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to look them up while I'm still here.
Oh yeah, they got those pie stands, boy, and that's dangerous. Ham pies are dangerous, Kimberly, because you can't just eat it once. It's like one slice of pie. You can't eat that. So I cannot wait to meet you on Tuesday. Of course, our listeners can catch you on Monday at the Louisburg Library. That's going to be fantastic. You're going to love Louisburg, Kansas.
You will, Beth. And, of course, you're doing a book talk and a pie demonstration Monday, April 28th, 6 p.m. And people will be able to buy your book.
And we'll be serving free pie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Perfect.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I have pie at all my events. Can't sit there and listen to me talk about pie and not get to eat them.
Nah, you don't want to be that much of a tease, everybody. And more than that,
right?
Tuesday evening, it's already full, Table Ocho, but you can always give Craig Adcock a call and check out one of his other great events. It's Table Ocho's, where Kimberly and I will be for a pie-making class, and I'm bringing my wife. It's going to be fun, Kimberly. She doesn't bake pies.
It will be very fun.
She doesn't bake.
She doesn't bake? Well,
No.
And then Beth and I are having lunch at Rye. We're going to have Megan Gerald's pie, and I'm going to be writing a story for the Kansas City Star. So you've got a full week, and I know you're getting a VIP tour of the Tippins, the Pie House.
Oh, I
So-
can't wait.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Well, Beth, thank you so much for coming on. We can't wait to meet you in Kansas City. I'm telling everybody, Miss American Pie, Beth Howard, she's coming to Kansas City. Make sure you get her book, Miss American Pie.
We'll see you this week, Beth.
Safe travels.
Thanks for having me. I can't wait to get there. Thanks again.
Thank you. This is Jasper Mirabile.
And Kimberly Stern.
We're talking my favorite subject, pie, right here on KCMO.
Talk Radio 710, now on 103.7 FM.